Life comes with a lot of challenges, but for people living with disabilities, the multiple barriers they face daily is extremely difficult or even impossible to function optimally. These myriad challenges include poor overall understanding of the needs and potential of people with disability, discriminatory prejudice in society, unavailability of assistive devices and technology, and inaccessible public spaces and transportation.
Because of my physical disability, I had no opportunity of going to the primary school. I started from secondary school and I did very well. Then I gained admission to university to study architecture. I was advised to change after the first semester because most of the buildings were upstairs and going up and down on wheelchair would be quite difficult. So I eventually changed to computer engineering and I had the opportunity of even becoming a lecturer. But because of the whole stuff, I had to just run off from that aspect of things.
Kole Osho is only one of the over 1 billion persons, that is 15% of the world's population, that are estimated to have a disability, most of whom live in developing countries like Nigeria. This number is expected to increase because of the prevalence of disability resulting from aging, war and conflict, natural disasters, and forced displacement. Disability is a cross-cutting issue that can affect a person at any point during his or her lifespan. Its intersectionality with gender, race, ethnicity, language, national or social origin, religion, age, sexual orientation, gender identity, or other status can result in multiple forms of exclusion, discrimination, and vulnerability.
Some of the challenges persons with disability face include education, not being able to communicate, especially as it affects persons with hearing and speech impairment, medicals, access to public buildings, including schools, banks, and places of work.
There's discrimination everywhere, in every aspect of life. But when you have a disability, it's sort of double.
Persons with disabilities also face higher rates of multidimensional poverty compared with persons without disabilities. Their lower rates of educational achievement and poor economic and labor market participation also imposes a higher welfare burden on governments, highlighting the cost of exclusion, which are estimated to range from 3 to 7% of GDP.
The true people that are hit by poverty are persons with disabilities. When you look into this, they are faced with multiple discrimination at the community level. They cannot be able to earn what they can be able to do. Even if they have the skills, even if they have the brilliance, how are they going to do it in a very difficult society as we are here?
To end extreme poverty and promote shared prosperity, therefore, persons with disability must be fully and effectively included in the society to participate on equal basis as people without disabilities. Indeed, the Global Development and Poverty Reduction Agenda will not be effective unless it addresses the socio-economic inequality of persons with disabilities and ensures their participation in all facets of development programming.
We want governments at all levels, we want development partners to always ensure that in whatever is being planned or done, access is not denied persons with disability, communication is not denied them, education is not denied them, because that is at the basics of them being complete individuals.
We have to enlighten the public. People have to know that you are disabled does not mean that is the end of it, that you cannot contribute. That is attitudinal change.
We must begin to identify those disabled persons who have done eminently well and begin to celebrate them. That will encourage young parents to see that, oh, something can happen if I take better care of this child and expose the child to education.
I'm a computer engineer. I'm a national athlete. I play para-table tennis. I'm the African champion in my field, and I've qualified for the Olympics representing Nigeria next year. It's not easy for anyone to do such, but it's not impossible as well.
The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development for Nigeria highlights disability inclusion. There is therefore an urgent need to empower people with disability across all states of the Federation. Persons with disability across Nigeria are looking forward to their social inclusion that will improve their ability, opportunity, and dignity to take part in society.
The future can only get brighter if all of us deliver on the promise of inclusion. It starts with integrity, it starts with trust, and it starts with a little bit accommodation.
My dream would be that there's no barrier of any sort for anybody living with disability to hold any office in Nigeria, either as a commissioner in the state, a minister at the federal level, or even as senators.
I'm seeing a society where everyone will be given equal opportunity to be basically anything. It will really be a dream come true.
To make this dream of disability inclusion a reality, however, a viable collaboration between the Nigerian government, donor agencies, development partners, and persons with disabilities is imperative. Recently, the federal government of Nigeria has passed a law on disability inclusion, and a number of states in the Federation have begun enacting the law, with a great commitment to set up structures that will facilitate its implementation. This is indeed a welcome development.
We got the first law in Nigeria. And when we did that, we tried to encourage others to also pass that law. We did a lot to also assist them at the national for the passage of the disability law by Mr. President.
Our governor, the heart he have shown already towards disability. He gave us a Disability Rights Commission, an institution today that stands in the defense of the rights and dignity of persons with disabilities in Plateau State. Therefore, we believe that any support the World Bank gives to the government of Nigeria, it comes through to our government here in Plateau State. It will transform the life of persons with disabilities at the community level.
The World Bank partnering with our government here in Plateau State, it's really a welcome idea. In fact, we are already seeing prospects in it because the World Bank is coming closer to the people and is deliberately focusing on persons with disabilities. Now, this is going to be tremendous. We saw stakeholders are invited. These are persons with disabilities and the community leaders as well. You see, it automatically shows the prospect in it. People have aired their views, and we are really optimistic about this, that through the partnership between the World Bank and the state government, we would see how persons with disabilities are empowered, how deaf kids are given a future.
I followed World Bank to the office instead of them coming to my office. I said, I will follow you to show you that I have more passion for this. I don't need to wait for you to come. If we are example of those that are doing well for disabled, we will continue and improve on that so that others can see the example, and we send that example to all the states.